brother, what's going on? What's your take on all this, man? As Austin St. John's biggest fan, as he wearing red head to toe.
All red all the time. So yeah, I'm like just what they were saying earlier. The world hip hop stuff. There was a lot of comments on there, and some of them I can read them to you from Facebook on their like YouTube because some of them were like, "I dislike the video. I don't know what I'm disliking, but I'm disliking this video," and 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 they're like, "I'm reporting this video. I don't know why I'm reporting it. Why am I reporting it?" And then they're like, "Because they're lying." And so it was just really interesting to see like how like lockstep they are as far as like I will follow the orders, master. Yes. And I don't know. I'm not putting Fanword down. I like Fanword. I get a lot of joy out of watching the commentary stuff they do. I think it's a lot of fun. But it's just crazy to me that it's like kind of they frame it in this like David and Goliath kind of way, if that makes sense. Like they're like these poor rangers and this evil tyrant businessman, and it's like, wait a minute, like this isn't just black and white. Like, yeah, Austin, Walter, and Twee, they probably made a dumb decision, obviously in hindsight, right?
Right.
But Saban is not an angel. Like the guy's been accused of doing some terrible things, like back in 2009, like illegal stuff. So I mean it's not just this A and B thing. And so it's just strange that so many people on like Fanword and stuff just take it at face value. And if you look at the comments on YouTube on the actual Fanword video, it's just more of people saying like how sorry they feel for those three that left the show. And it's like, how much of that is childhood nostalgia? Like I was devastated when as like a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, when my
Uh-huh.
favorite Power Ranger left the show, you know? And
Look, man.
but it's like how much of that is just that and not so much looking at the big picture as far as like this is a business. And I don't know what 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 19-year-old is going to have that mentality. I think Jason David Frank probably, given the life he had before Power Rangers, like not having the best childhood and growing up in tough circumstances, that may have made him smarter. And I'm not saying that the other three weren't, but I'm saying seeing those kinds of things, living that kind of life, it may have made him appreciate things a bit more and led to him staying with the show. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but um, uh, I was. It's just interesting, and um, I I'm always going to be an Austin St. John fan just because of my childhood, but
There
I'm
we
also
go.
a Steve,
Stand on business. I like
but
that you admit it. Like, hey, look, man, this is
but
what it is.
but I'm not an apologist though because I don't agree with some of the stuff he's done, and I wish there were times he'd make better choices. But he's always going to have part of my heart just because he was one of my childhood heroes, and so many of them seem like they're passing away and stuff. But I also, because of your channel, I'm also a Steve Cardenas fan, and I'm not saying I'm a Rocky fan because I'm never gonna like that character, but I'm a Steve Cardenas fan. And if you want, I brought some audio with me that he knows I recorded, and I can play it for you. It's talking about him talking about the order, and it's just kind of summing up the stuff about his feelings about not being involved. When he made that comment about oh, what did he say? He said like, if your next words aren't "I'm sorry,"
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I told him, I said, man, I said, not your character. You are my hero for saying that because how many people have the balls to like actually respond like that when there's like trash coming at them through the internet, man? And so I found the audio. I was digging through my phone like these past few days, and so if you want to hear it,
Hell
and
yeah, hell yeah.
he
Run that
knows.
audio.
So I can play it for you real quick if you want, if you got a minute.
Oh, I got a minute for that. Yeah,
So
we all got a minute.
and
It's like 100 people back here. Yeah, we got a minute for you, brother.
he knows I recorded this too, so this is not like a secret. But and I'm just mainly playing it because I admire the guy. Like I really do. I never liked his character. I'm always gonna be a Jason fan. But as far as him standing on like the fact, I'll let him say it because he just sums up the post, and it was just cool to hear him say it. So I'm gonna play this. I don't know how loud it'll be, but I'm gonna try and crank it up here. Hold on.
Man, you know you're supposed to send it to me earlier, then we could just play it on the stream. I could like master it and all that good stuff. But Jason just be playing everything close to the chest, man, with his recordings, man. How old is this recording?
Oh, good question. So this is from May.
Okay.
This is from May of this year, May 19th,
All right.
and or May 20th, something like that. But yeah, it's him talking about the order, just like about that fan. Because I told him that's why I admire you, man. I admire you responded that way. So here we go.
So the Rangers got together, and we were gonna make this kind of like movie. It was called The Order, and it was, like all the Rangers from all the different genres. We all got together. It was gonna be all just Rangers only. That was gonna be this movie. Cool. And it was had nothing to do with Rangers though. It was like some kind of sort of like dystopian type of like I don't know how to explain it, but anyway. So we had a lot of the funding, and we did a lot of funding through like GoFundMe and stuff to make it happen. But I had nothing to do with it. I just agreed to be in the movie. You know what I mean? And so right before we were about to start production on the movie, some kind of union issues. The union had a problem with something, so they shut the movie down, and we never got to make it. And so I don't know what became of the donations or anything like that. I had nothing to do with it. But somebody got on, my Instagram and reached out to me and was like, "So how do you sleep at night, taking all that money from all the fans and stuff?" I was like, "Bitch." I was like, first of all, I didn't have anything to do with that, and we were going to make that movie to give back to the fans, So whatever happened with that, I have no idea. It was like way out of my control, So it's like I don't appreciate you like trolling me, and trying to like, accuse me of something that I had nothing to do with. And so then I said, I was like, so, unless your next words to me are "I'm sorry," then don't even bother, like sending me any more messages, like just unfollow me and unblock me,
So I know it's nothing, but I loved hearing him talk about
Wait. What
that.
do you mean it's not? It's not nothing. That's something, bro. He put on wax. That he knew you was recording and said, "Hey, look, man, I just agreed to be a part of the promo. I never did anything with donations." So chances are he never saw a script because one never existed. Never existed.
I just wonder how much stuff, not to switch about the order, but I just wonder how much stuff about that we'll ever really know. Like, I know you're trying to dig up stuff as far as finding out all the answers you can. And it's like, I hope one day the truth comes out, because I'd be curious to know. But switching back, like, because then it just kind of airs that whole like thing. When I saw the video, that's what made me think about the audio I had about that too, was because it's like the lying and stuff. It's like a lot of people feel like they got ripped off on the order, and
Oh,
like
100%.
so
100% people
it
did
doesn't
get ripped
help
off.
that definitely doesn't help the brand, right? Like you feel like, oh, I'm gonna support this project because I like this actor, blah blah blah, and then it doesn't happen. So, and then if you're out money, like man, so I don't know, it doesn't help the whole like credibility with Power Rangers just in general. So I recorded that with him just because it meant a lot to me when somebody, again, never liked his character. I think he's a good actor and everything, and that's cool if you like Rocky more than Jason, but for me, I just like him as a person to have the balls to respond that way to somebody. Man, like 90% of people in his position just probably would have ignored them and not even bothered. But
Yeah,
I just
guys.
admire that for
Over
whatever
a
reason. So
over $142,000 was collected by Hide the Money Y'all Karen Ashley Cash Pictures, and they got dog shit to show for it. So he did this trailer, and there's likely never a script. Because if there was one, they would have dropped that shit, right? Don't you think like, oh, here's the script for the order? Because that shit is never coming out, guys. But shout out to all the people who made them $142,000 richer.
wherever that money went,
I don't know, probably someone's pockets. Yeah, I'm saying.
Hide the money,
Whether it was a yellow Power Ranger, whether it was people behind the movie, who knows? But man, like
it was one. I can say with 100% certainty the owner of Cash Pictures definitely got a cut. Karen Ashley out there. But hey man, thank you for playing that audio. Really appreciate
I hope
it.
it came through. And yeah, man, I'm forever in your debt. So whatever I can do to help the channel. And you actually inspired me to make a video. I haven't done a video in like probably 4 years on my YouTube channel.
Really?
So
I'm out here
you actually
inspiring
inspired
people.
I'm about like 20% done. And it's you and Francis, what you guys were saying to this goes back, but when you're talking about Rican and stuff and saying like, what have you produced? And so that was kind of the catalyst for me. And it's so I'm 20% done. My goal is to have it done on Friday the 13th in May. So
what type of ominous morbid ad? Friday the 13th in May, guys. Check for my video.
So I'll tell you, I'm talking to some of the Power Rangers about like, because I always had this like kind of what if scenario of like if the Power Rangers were to like fight Jason Voorhees. Because I had that dream. I had a dream in my head when I was a kid about that happening.
Who dies? Who dies? Because everyone's not making it out alive going against Jason.
Right. So it was like the original 6 versus Jason Voorhees. And so I'm talking to some of the Power Rangers trying to get their takes and trying to compile it into a video. So I'm gonna try and have that out in May. So for Friday the 13th. But anyways, I'm always in your debt though for helping me get that Tumblr because it means a lot to me. So
all right, man. Well, thank you, Jason from Influence Films, man. Appreciate you coming
much love,
up.
man.
Come up anytime. Peace.